Rock music is a powerful force for good.
It is. Oh, and there is almost no finer tool to express the rock music than the brand new Reverend guitarist Billy Corgan, Z1. Years in the making. You want to hear the story? Should I tell the story?
Please, the story bring the story.
Yeah, all right, here's the story. So we launched the Billy Corgan BC1 signature model in 2015, 2016.
In the lofty days.
Yes, in the before times, they call it.
In the before times.
And Billy, with the development of this instrument, had determined that this was his ultimate high-gain, modern rock sound. Vessel. That was the guitar that he was looking for to run through his modules and really cool live rig, and it was the sound of today.
The sound of today.
Yeah, the high gain sound of today. That was what we were going for, and we nailed it. And Billy loved the guitar and used it on all the recordings and all the things that were happening in that era. And then as they started touring, and he started going back into his catalog.
A retrospective, if you will.
Yeah, and playing some of the, Siamese Dream and Melancholy songs and things that were tuned down to E flat in particular. He started missing a little bit of a sort of a bottom end as he started getting back into using the old amp setups and things to try to mimic those sounds on tour. And so he kept going back to this other guitar that he used to play back then, kind of a weird looking thing.
Right.
And then one thing led to another, which led to Joe and I saying, hey man, I mean, you're Billy Corgan, you're gonna play what you're gonna play. People got some weird ideas about this business that, like, I tell Greg Koch what to play. I don't tell Billy Corgan what to play. I don't tell anybody what to play. I don't even tell my crew. I don't even tell them what to play. Because it's rude. Because guitar players be guitar players.
You got to be you.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, I've got my weird like Hamers and Pences and Ibanezes and stuff. Like, nobody tells me what to play.
No,
I just choose to.
You don't tell yourself what to play.
I don't. I choose to play this shit. Well, actually, I do kind of. But I choose to play my guitars because I fucking love them.
That's right.
I swore. Jeff's gonna have to bleep me out, but Jeff is like, oh,
that's all right. This is the inner Googles.
It is. So we asked Billy, hey man, we're seeing this guitar pop up a little bit more in your set. What's happening there? Not criticizing, just wondering. And Billy said to Joe, hey, when I play these songs, I'm looking for this sort of like girthy thing. My new guitar is just a little bit on the modern edge, and I wanted something that would address this sound. And that got the gears moving, and then Joe says, hey, why don't we do something a little different, and let me try to address that. And Joe got to work, and the Z1 was created. Joe came up with a new look for the guitar, which is super cool, and this is cool. And Billy reacted to the look of it right away, and he's like, yeah, okay, let's do this, so let's dial in the sounds. This is the only Reverend instrument that currently features an alder body.
Uh-huh.
And that is a flashback to the body on Billy's old guitar. And then we started dialing in the pickups a little bit as well. And so because the pickups are slightly different, we went ahead and put like a graphic on the pickups that Joe came up with.
Which was awesome.
Which is a Smashing Pumpkins style graphic, and Billy gave us the go-ahead on all of these things. So here it is. Note Billy's sort of Z logo also on the headstock, where you would normally find a circle R, as another nod to the man, and of course his signature on the back of the headstock, the Billy Corgan Z1. Greg,
yes.
Let's hear a couple of sounds on this. So the neck pickup is pretty much identical to the Railhammer Billy Corgan original pickup set. like it.
Let's add a little bit of heat and see what we got. Sounds good. Love it.
Both pickups, both those pickups on. We got the bass contours all the way up on
Yep.
everything.
Delicious. And Mr. Bridge.
Yes. So there's a lot of things going on here, but my favorite thing about, I mean, even just listening to you play and do the stuff that you do in your style, like the original BC1, these are supposed to sound like hot P90s and have a whole lot of clarity. I mean, that's the thing that sort of started this off. But there's the shimmer of a single coil happening there.
No doubt.
And that initial attack, that sort of bright snap, even when you're playing with all the gain. Yet when it's saturated, you have the expanded sort of EQ wave, like that broad. I don't know what the word I'm even looking, but it covers the entire range.
Yes.
Of the EQ and gets really, really thick. Yet because the mid range is punchy, you're hearing every single note in complicated chords with piles of gain.
Exactly.
And that's the Corgan thing. I mean, that's the thing that he's looking for. And then, because the Pumpkins have turned into this like 3-guitar band now with James Iha back in the band and then Jeff Schroeder not going anywhere, and James is playing his old LP and Jeff is playing whatever Jeff likes guitars.
Yes.
Jeff has almost as many guitars as me. Actually, I bet he has more. Billy has found his own sonic ground in a band that makes a hell of a racket. A hell of a racket.
A hell of a racket for the kids.
Yes. And metallic silver frieze, which was our 25th anniversary color.
Beautiful.
And then, of course, the black, which really sets off the brushed aluminum pickguard really, really well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Billy Corgan Z1 guitar.